Hey, everybody. I had to figure this whole thing out. Thanks for being here. I'm Bradley Richardson. I am the creator of Advanced Adulting, five-time author. And what we're going to talk about now is how to not look old in a job search. We're going to talk about, I've been talking a lot about ageism for job seekers, specifically Gen X, older job seekers, if you're in your 40s, 50s, or beyond, and you are talking to people about a job. And too many times now, whether it is just in your resume, whether it's getting shut down, the applicant tracking system, all the BS that goes on, or once you actually make it to an interview and they see you and they see that you're not, a 27, man, things go foul. So we're going to talk today very quickly about a few of the things that you can do to combat that, to address that. And use the comments, use the chat feature, leave a comment. I'll come back and check this if you're not seeing it live and answer some things for you. I'd love to see that. So let me know where you're from and leave a comment. And also, you see the link in there too. If you like what this is about and you want to go deeper, not only in the ageism and rejection thing, but hey, how can I, as an older person, 40s, 50s, and beyond, really nail it in your job search now and get noticed and get the job. Join me for Wednesday for a workshop that I do on ageism and beating ageism and rejection. So here we go. Number one, I got a question the other day from someone who I coach, and he said, look, the fact of the matter is I look old. He said, I get in, I get the interview, and then what happens is when they see that he was bald, had a little bit of gray hair on the back, he goes, they see that, my age, that I obviously have 30 years plus experience, they're nice, but it never goes anywhere. So what can I do? He said he was thinking about, dyeing his hair, all kinds of crazy things. And I get that type of thing from people all the time. Should I lie on my resume about my age? Should I do something to give myself a more youthful appearance? Look, you are what you are, whether it's on Zoom, whether it is in an actual interview, you can't hide it. Okay. Now, granted, only you know if you show up old. Okay. Do you show up as old? Do you, and I'm not talking about going and dressing cool or anything like that, but if your appearance looks tired, does it look aged? Does it look dated? But more importantly, it's not always, we're going to talk about what to say in a minute on that. But here's the thing. You can't hide that fact. They're going to see it. No one's going to say anything about it, but how you show up, regardless of your appearance, the energy, okay? What type of energy are you bringing? Meaning, we all know people, and you might be that type of person, and I have days like that. I'm in my 50s, where you just go, oh my God, I feel kicked in the ass, and you show up low energy. I'm not, always be who you are, but are you showing up old? Are you showing up low energy, lethargic, just kind of or are you just kind of relying on, well, they should look at my skills. Yeah, they should, but they don't, okay? They're looking at fit, they're looking at how you show up. And there are a lot of people out there, and you may be one of them, who you show up sometimes older than anything, and sometimes you show up and you play and act and come off a lot younger than you are, okay? Energy and how you show up on a Zoom call, on a phone call, and especially in person, can really overcome a multitude of things of how you look. Okay, that right there. Let me know in the comments there what you're thinking, if you agree with any of that or what you've experienced. But how you show up energetically is a huge deal. Now, again, how you dress, all of that. Are we saying cut your hair, dye your hair? No, you don't want to look fake on that, but you want to show up properly. But the bigger thing is this: you can't hide it. You don't want to hide it. I believe my experience as someone in their 50s, my experience as an employer, my experience as a recruiter, okay? Which, if you're new here, okay, in addition to being a 5-time author and have written career books, I was a headhunter for a number of years, an executive recruiter. That's what I did. And I'm telling you, here and now, they're thinking it. Whether they say anything or not, whether they know it, okay? They know it. You know it. You walk in the room and you're like, oh my God, it's either a room full of kids or they're looking at me and wondering, oh my God, how old are they? And they're doing the math backwards in their head. Everybody does. Okay. It happens. My suggestion is acknowledge it. Just acknowledge it. And people freak out about that sometimes and they go, oh, well, am I acknowledging a weakness? Why would I want to bring that up? You want to bring it up because they're thinking it anyway. And the time you leave that room, the time you hang up that phone, leave the Zoom call, whatever, you have 0.0, no chance to ever make a case for yourself, talk about it, redeem yourself, anything. Because if they're thinking it and they never say anything, the moment you leave that room, they're going to talk amongst themselves or you're going to go, oh yeah, just no. Okay. My suggestion and it can be on a lot of things. We can talk more about that later, but my suggestion is you can say, hey guys, you may not be thinking this, but there's some employers who might be thinking, look, I don't look 27. I know that's a shocker to you, but I don't look 27. And so some employers are concerned about that, about the age being a factor. I guarantee you, people are going, oh, no, not us. I wasn't even thinking about that. Horseshit. They knew it. They saw it. Okay. But what you do is you can then make the case for it right then. Okay. Well, I understand that. But, and while, look, I have gray hair, no hair, whatever, I believe, I'm going to look at your comment there in a second. You can then say, you're right, I'm not. But I do have this, that, and the other. I have these experiences. Now I'm going to back up 1 second about what's really important, especially the moment you walk in the room and get on the Zoom call, okay? I'm going to keep this video short, okay? But I want to hear from you guys, and we can go much deeper, and I'll tell you about that in a second. What you want to do, rather than just making the case for your age, is people don't ask enough questions early on in an interview. I don't give a shit if it is a phone interview, a Zoom, or in person, because they think, well, I can't ask the questions. I need to be there for them. No. What you want to do, look, you're old. We're old. You've earned the right to speak up. You've earned the right to ask a question and to say something. So what you want to do is early on, right when you get in, say, hey, look, I'm happy to answer anything, but tell me, what is it you're really looking for? And they're going to give you some bullshit like, well, we're looking for someone who's a team player, someone, all those things. They're going to give you the job description things. Okay. You want to talk about, hey, tell me about the project you're looking on. What type of accomplishments? What's your objectives? Okay. And what you're looking for there is you want them to talk specifics, not generalities. You want to ask them follow-up questions to drill down so you can get specifics. Well, we're looking to achieve, I don't care what you do. I don't know what you do, but it's the, we're looking to achieve X, Y, and Z, get these revenues, make this project, someone who knows these skills, whatever it is. You ask them that in the beginning. Okay. Here's why, because you're going to bring it back in a minute. You also then want to ask, so tell me what's the right fit? Okay. Fit, because that's one of the hidden ageism things that people use against us later. Well, you're just not a good fit. It's not the right fit. Well, ask them right there. Tell me what the right fit is. Well, we're looking for a team player. Again, bullshit. Everybody's a team player. Tell me exactly who looks in, what are you looking for in this role? Who's going to fit well in this role? And you ask that early on. And the reason is because later, when either they don't bring up, before you leave, if they don't bring up age or experience or whatever, or overqualified, or you might be not be happy here, you're going to say this. That's when you bring up, hey, look, I understand, you don't have to say it, but it's obvious. I'm not 27 years old. I have 30 years experience. And you know what? You mentioned that it's critical. One of the critical objectives is to do this, this, and this. Here's what I bring to the table that someone else doesn't. You mentioned fit. And here's what and why and how I would fit on that. Okay. Let me give you one last question before I go here. Okay. And then but before I do, I want you to stick around. I want you to ask them point blank. This may be out of character, but it works. I'm telling you, what scares you about me? I wouldn't be here if there weren't something positive that you found appealing about my background and experience. We wouldn't be having this conversation. But what about, now that we've spoken, what about it? What about me, my background, or anything scares you about hiring me or moving forward? Okay. Some people are going to BS their way through it. But what you're doing is some people will say, well, again, I think you're overqualified. I don't think you'll be happy here. I don't know if you'll be the right fit. I don't know with this job, whatever. That is your opportunity. Okay. To make your case. Because again, hear me out, folks. They know it. They think it. They see it. You know it. You're thinking it. You see it. Call it out. Because the moment you hang up, the moment you walk out, you have no chance to make your case. Now, granted, I'm not saying it works every time. It doesn't, because guess what? You're going to hear code words like, we're looking for someone high energy. What does that mean? Okay. You know what that means. I'm not talking about being belligerent, but I am talking about this. No one is going to make your case, toot your horn, or be your biggest cheerleader or advocate except you. And you have a small window of opportunity to do that. People are making preconceived notions in their mind. And so what you need to do right then, while you're there, is call it out right then. Okay. Because here's the deal. If it's going to go down and someone says, well, what if that knocks me out of the running? You're going to be knocked out of the running anyway. So make your case while you've got a chance, while you've got an audience. Okay. That's important. Leave something in the comments. You got a question, whatever. But most importantly, I want you to go back to the top comment here, and I'm going to put it in the description here. If you like this, if you want to go deeper, you want to go personal, you want to know more things, because here's the thing. It's not only a resume. It's how do I find the right person? How do I get in the door? What do I say? All of these things. How do I follow up? How do I deal with these types of things? How do things really work? Again, I'm using my experience as over 15 years as a high-end executive recruiter, 5-time author. I'll help you. I have a workshop for Gen X and older employees. It's a job search and job seeker workshop for Gen X older employees. It's coming up Wednesday, and it is on how to beat ageism, rejection, and get noticed. Okay? Check the link. Check it out. Sign up. And in that, you have the lesson. It's a 90-minute lesson on Zoom. We're going to have a second session where you get open Q&A and ask your personal questions. And anybody that signs up gets a bonus resume critique from me as well. Okay? Check it out. Thanks for being here. And by the way, I'm going to look at Michael's comment here. Energy looks good. Look at old man coming through. It's going to run circle around you young bucks. That carries a lot of weight, man. Okay? Good stuff. Appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Check everything out. And talk to you later. Hope to work with you. See ya.